We are currently seeing some extremely important, I would argue, actions from Ripple. It seems like we're on a totally different road from the bulk of the market, at least when it comes to the XRP side of things, based on what's happened in the previous 2 years alone. And since we are currently seeing some pretty significant stories and some excellent material coming out, I really must address this. It does in fact relate to XRP. It is relevant to XRP. It has to do with Ripple and what's actually happening in the background. Therefore, we must undoubtedly address this. We need to discuss it. Having stated that, welcome to the channel everybody. Nick is my name. If you are new to the channel, I hope you will subscribe by the end of this video. So let's get started. Let's talk about it and avoid wasting any more time. The first is October 16th, 2024. Ripple released this post a few months ago, and it is a one-stop shop for cryptocurrency company. You do realize that this was at Ripple Swell. This was advertised at Ripple Swell. Payments, stable currency, custody, and tokenization. Right now, they do incorporate this into the picture. It looks like this, doesn't it? It's odd because, well, if I wanted to access cryptocurrency as an institutional player, business player, or anybody else, I would want everything in one location. It just makes sense. Listen, no one is interested in traveling from one location to another merely to gain access to these solutions. That one-stop shop is what they desire. Guys, it's crucial to concentrate on Ripple becoming that one-stop shop. It is crucial to concentrate on this. Additionally, this explains why Ripple has been successful for so long. They are aware of how complicated business is. They have now operated for well over 10 years. However, since this dates back to 2023, when the initial announcement of Ripple payments was made, we also head over here. Additionally, we have from Monica Long, so let's investigate this in a thread reader. Payments are the first step in our cryptocurrency usefulness. Additionally, Ripple has spent the previous 10 years concentrating on the essential elements of enterprise-grade payment infrastructure: liquidity, off-ramps, tokenization, custody, and compliance. We're revealing a comprehensive answer for it today. This is a development of our solution that allows users to use cryptocurrency services without needing to be IT experts. A single onboarding process where Ripple handles the entire process to transfer value whenever it's needed, as quickly and cheaply as possible. How does that sound? For those who have been with the channel for a while, you may have seen some of the previous videos. With RippleNet, you may even recall the original Ripple website. Yes, that sounds like XRP alone. All right, and since XRP is used by Ripple Payments, I want you all to keep this in mind. Actually, it is integrated with the XRP Ledger, the DEX, the AMM, and everything else that the XRP Ledger has to offer. This implies that if we return to this one-stop shop, you will be doing more than simply holding those tokenized assets if you decide to tokenize and take custody. All right, selling, trading, and earning yield on those tokenized assets is what you'll want to do, since you'll want to use them just as you would any other DeFi asset. This is precisely what we're considering after all. If you will, this is a market for digital assets. As we already know, everything is going digital, so it makes sense that it's also sort of like a digital financial system in the making. However, I should also ask why I am bringing this up. For example, this goes all the way back to October and November of 2023. As if to ask, how come you're bringing up all this old news, Nick? Let's head over here then. This year's 13th of January is upon us. Additionally, Doge Toshi shared this. We have early victories, which makes it amusing. Trump is anticipated to issue executive orders on the first day of his presidency that may address issues like debanking and the repeal of a contentious crypto accounting policy requiring banks holding digital assets. Saxon. Members of the Trump transition team have been collaborating closely with leaders in the cryptocurrency industry to finalize a legislative strategy. According to someone with knowledge of the discussions, the bank should classify them as liabilities on its own balance sheet. This is a top priority, as the Trump team has made very evident. This is fascinating, isn't it? What does that mean? Though, let's head over here first. We have, and according to Frank Ciaparo, big banks will have complete control once they begin to own cryptocurrency. More credit translates into more liquidity, significant tailwind for the structure of the cryptocurrency market, and the impending reduction of volatility. People are now beginning to see the wider picture. Do you see why we have been adhering to the breadcrumbs for the past few years? In the present moment, it has led us to a place where we have finally arrived and are able to view the bread. The grand scheme was visible to us. All right, the breadcrumbs have brought us to an intriguing conclusion. Let's return. Ripple custody. All right, let's head over here and discuss Ripple custody. Because Frank's post, which I thought was fascinating, was quoted by Monica Long. Frank, we have agree. Tokenized asset programs have already been piloted by 15 of the world's 25 biggest banks. If the US government gives them permission to deal with cryptocurrency, I anticipate that a number of them will introduce market-ready products in the US in 2025. It appears highly probable that this will not be a problem this year. You should take this post extremely seriously. Why? Well, because it's coming from this is a very significant post in my opinion for a few points. Let's begin with the first. It comes from Ripple's president. It comes from the individual who has spent a lot of time marketing and promoting Ripple custody and discussing how important it is for major banks and players. However, it also confirms that, indeed, this year is seeing a change in the crypto ecosystem. In those tokenized asset initiatives that have undergone piloting and testing, will be able to access cryptocurrency if we give the large banks the all clear. At last, they take off. I don't think I need to mention that these tokenized asset programs are being carried out by 15 of the 25 biggest banks worldwide, not only in the US. In other words, this isn't millions. Billions of dollars is not what this is. Trillions of dollars are involved. We must now give this our whole attention, but I do think this will occur this year. I'm exactly right here with Monica Long, you know. I do believe that 2025 will be the year when the United States puts its foot on the gas pedal and realizes that it can no longer afford to let this happen. We must accept this. This is something we must accept. We must go with this. This brings me here as well. Dog smoke. By 2025, the world's largest banks will be using Ripple custody. The strategic alliance between Medico and Ripple is no accident. What's amusing about this, you ask? People seem to overlook the partnerships that Medico had prior to Ripple acquiring them, I wrote in a post. These are all of Medico's major banks. Have you noticed anything? BNY Mellon, JP Morgan, and Citi, for example, have a look at the bank names on this list. DZ Bank and other similar banks are some of the major players in society outside of the United States, along with BBVA. However, we also examine the collaborations that Ripple has with PNC, Santander, HSBC. This is Bank of America. These names are really important when we look at them. I also mentioned that because of NDAs, there are most likely hundreds or perhaps thousands such relationships that we are unaware of. At this time, it's obvious that Ripple is growing into a financial and banking monster. Considering that there will be numerous additional stablecoins and that XRP is the ideal bridge currency, I believe that all routes will eventually lead to XRP, even with RLUSD. And let's return to this location. Ripple has already established connections with Tier 1 institutions throughout the world, giving them 80% coverage of the major commerce routes in the world, not to mention the FX market's 90% share. Trump is now anticipated to reverse the SOB